It is the start of a new and challenging day on Oak Island. Craig Tester and Charles Barkhouse arrive at the so-called Megabin area, located some 600 feet northeast of the Money Pit site.
Now, we don't want that pipe to slide back there.
It was this same area where recently conducted seismic testing had identified a large and mysterious void, and where veteran treasure hunter Dan Blankenship believed he had located a centuries-old latrine pit.
Dan's latrine hole, to me, is way more exciting than anything that could be potentially imaged in the Money Pit, because this is in an undisturbed area from a searcher standpoint. If you're going to dig a toilet facility in an underground chamber, it's because men are working there.
Dan Blankenship came to an understanding or a belief that there were tunnels and rooms associated with that area. So we believe it's worth looking into investigating.
In an effort to locate a possible underground chamber, the team is using a process known as sonic drilling, which employs powerful vibrations to create a high-frequency sound capable of grinding its way through layers of rock and earth. A coring barrel is then used to take samples at intervals of every 10 feet. These core samples will then be transferred into plastic sleeves.
Just like making sausage. Yeah.
So that they can be scanned with a metal detector before being carefully searched by hand.
You know, from seismic, we think about 50 feet's our target. So, you know, we're at 40 basically. So we started looking really close from here on down, because seismic's not that perfect.
Yeah.
So let's take a good look. Hopefully we find something here very soon.
So we're at 48, 53, 53 to 58.
Put that patient on the table, please. I think I'm gonna have to operate, Craig.
Go for it.
And then that's different. It's very dry.
Yeah.
It's just sandy till.
So you get these, even within a major glacial phase, you'll get a slight period where there's been some thaw, and you'll get a sandy stream running down through where all the fine material is down the stream.
To me, from a seismic standpoint, this may be the anomaly they were seeing.
It's possible.
Although it is not uncommon to encounter a sudden change in soil from dense layers of clay to loosely packed sand, the fact that it occurs at nearly the same depth where seismic scanning detected a large anomaly is a troubling sign. Seismic technology relies on the measurement of sound waves to identify abrupt material changes below ground. What may appear to be a potential chamber or void may actually be little more than a different type of earth.
We went from a very, very dense clay into a soft, unconsolidated sand, and I think that's what the seismic was seeing. It was reflecting off when it went from a hard clay to a softer sand.
Having found no sign of the massive chamber indicated in their seismic survey, or any evidence of the underground structures reported by Dan Blankenship, they must now decide whether to conduct further drilling in the area or move on to more promising targets at the Money Pit.
Gentlemen,
Morning, guys.
didn't find anything that wasn't geological.
Between 90 and 120, nothing.
Just different clays and sometimes some boulders, but in general, clays almost the entire way. I think what they saw on the seismic is this sand interval right here.
That's the problem with seismic. It's interpretive. You know, it's not a photograph. The data showed densities. This less dense layer that was interpreted as a possible tunnel and or a cavern or void. Unfortunately, it's not so. It's disappointing, but you know, now we know. Every piece of information, good or bad, ultimately is good info. So move on, unfortunately.